So yes, Battle Brothers. We're gonna have our own little Battle Brothers band. We will play on Veteran, and I suppose I'll turn Iron Man on. I've played a little bit of this, and I feel at least semi-competent in it. At least in beginner and veteran. I don't dare try expert, and I typically don't play with Iron Man mode, but it seems highly appropriate here. There's a few banners we can choose from. Kind of partial to the lady, but how about, I like the headless man. Semi-competent. I know that there's buttons and things that you can do, Lee. That's about the extent for me. And we'll leave the map seed where it's at. And of course we get to choose our late game crisis as well. I'll just leave that on random. Although I do think it suggested you start with war. Cities, towns, and castles can be permanently destroyed during a late game crisis, and having the world go down in flames is one of the many ways you can lose your campaign. Recommended. So the closest thing that I can really compare this to is, well, I think the general consensus was probably like, what, Mountain Blade and XCOM maybe? We have our, well, I don't think they're going to be too merry. We're going to have our little band of mercenaries. It all went wrong. 2 days ago, the company was hired to track down Hoggart the Weasel and his band of raiders. But it was them who found you first. An ambush. Some joke about horses, cut short by an arrow to the throat. Never mind. Arrows shooting in from everywhere and nowhere. Men holler and scream a great volume before death. As the hell subsides, you draw your weapon with the rest of your men only to collapse to your knees. An arrow has punctured your side. You shout in pain. A harried glance sees the men charge without you to make a valiant last stand. Met in force as steel clashes with steel. You meet eyes with the captain, a last nod before his throat is cut. You are left in command now of what few men remain. Trembling in pain, you lean on your sword, and with all the will you can muster slowly rise again. Yay for tutorials. So, we get our first little tutorial battle. Easiest way to tell who's who is the direction we're facing. Our guys are on the left and they are facing to the right. And enemy opposition is on the right facing to the left. And it always stays this way. I believe the only exceptions are when you have a third wheel in battles. Like if there's one already going on and you jump into the mix. So, we've got a crossbowman, a two-handed axeman, and a spearman. Crossbows and bows have their advantages and disadvantages, of course. I'm a fan of both. Apparently people swear by the crossbow. Let's see. So, the way that archery works in this is actually kind of weird. So if you have friendlies, like stacked up against enemies, you can end up hitting them as well. Basically, everybody around your target is can end up being possible collateral damage. Though, if you shoot from one tile away, I can shoot directly over our two-handed axeman at this brigand thug, that guy, and not have to worry about hitting him. It took me a while to understand that. It's different. It's different, and I like it. Though, I don't play many strategy games to begin with, so I try not to. Yet here I am again, lagging my way through the first tutorial battle and drawing it out. Actually, this is kind of sad now. Let's go ahead and reload, and that guy, Let's see. We will want to do just a regular stabby at him. Spearmen are pretty neat, because, yeah, we get a spear wall to knock back any enemy opponents that get close. And you will continue doing so. It's better against targets that don't have high dodge or use shields. We can use shield walls to raise defense and whatnot. Of course, we can knock guys back with shields. Larg, back to you, Lee. This is... You made a sad decision. Let's see. Spearman. So, we're just going to stab this guy to death. Hack him with the axe. Two-handed axe is pretty amazing. Does shitloads of damage. And there's a special attack where you can swing it around in a circle. So, at the end of every battle, we get some loot, of course. And we need to repair some. You're alive, you won. The adrenaline fades, and in its wake, you can't help but sink back to the ground. Gritting your teeth, you snap the arrow's shaft. Your chest heaves, pain for breath, everything blurs. Writing this is so weird. The company has been devastated, cut down to but a few men. And that bastard Hoggart did justice to his name, fleeing like the weasel he is. What now, Captain? A voice says from behind. It's Gerolf, who sits down beside you, bedding his bloodied axe on his legs. You turn to him and reply, but before you can answer, he continues. Bernard's dead. They slit his throat. He was a good man and a damn good leader. But all it took was one mistake. That makes you the one in charge now, don't it? Sigbold joins the two of you, still breathing heavily. Then Meinhof, the Impaler. Save the ceremony and anointments for another day. Let's give the men a good burial and return to Skjold to collect our pay. That be how you pronounce that, Skjold? Something like that. The weasel's men are slain, after all. Besides, Captain, we ought to see to that wound before we lose you too. Wouldn't want to leave Sigbold in charge, right? So be it. So, first quest, we gotta return to Skjold. It's just to the east. So, we're going to be pausing quite a bit, especially if we see other units out, which early game, there's not many of them that seem to run around, but have been known to be wrong, you know. The top left, you can see all of our resources. We've got tools to repair stuff with. Speaking of which, something that I got to get back in the habit into. After battles, we collect loot. For a lot of them, you want to repair. Maybe not that hatchet. Not a lot of low-tier stuff, but higher-tiered things. What a sorry display it must be for the onlookers as you arrive in Skjold. 4 bloodied and beaten mercenaries down on their luck. The man who hired the company days ago, Hallstein of Skjold, no doubt expected you to return in a more glorious fashion. Still, he welcomes you to his house and offers bread and wine, while a servant fetches a healer. Few words are exchanged, except for the occasional grunt and wheeze as an elderly man with shaky hands tends to your wounds. A pin pierces your skin, the first of many stitches to come. You grit your teeth, till you think you hear one break. Hallstein of Skjold sits beside you and asks you if you took care of Hoggart. You shake your head. We killed his men, but the weasel eluded our blades in the end. The healer waves around a glowing fire poke, suggesting he wants to push it into your wound. You nod, and he does so. For a moment, that's all there is. You're not a man, but a pinch of fire, flesh from flame, a golem of pain. Hallstein and... I keep going from Hallstein and Hallstein. Hallstein of Skjold hands you a goblet of wine. You did well, Sellsword. The brigands have been removed, though it is a shame that Hoggart still lives. Expect to get paid for this. Hallstein of Skjold gasps. Well, naturally, 400 crowns as agreed upon. He gestures towards a servant who rushes to your side with the pay in hand. I wonder, may I make use of your services one more time? I'd very much like to end the headache that is Hoggart for once and for all. and I would pay you again, of course. Another 400 crowns, shall we say? Gerulf scoffs and turns to drink more wine, but Meinhof the Impaler stands to speak. Yes, the company is in ruin, but we will rebuild it. Without the Douchebags Incorporated, Gerulf would drink the crowns away and end up begging on the streets. And Sigbold, by the gods we all know, he'd go chasing the womenfolk until one stove his rotted head in. Shit. We need the Douchebags Incorporated. It's all we have. What say you, Captain? Gerulf burps and raises his cup to you. Sigbold playfully thumbs his nose and nods. Kill that bastard Hoggard or not, it's all up to you, Captain. Yes, unfinished business. And Norway. Alstein of Skold claps his hands in satisfaction. Excellent. My little birds will need some more time to find where Hoggard is hiding his hide now. Jesus. In the meantime, I suggest you see about stocking up on supplies so that you'll be good and ready to end this when the time comes. I shall see you in a few days' time at the latest. As you leave Holstein of Skold's house and stand on the outskirts of Skold Meinhof the Impaler seeks a word with you. We need more men, Captain. I know I gave a big speech back there, but bravado won't do shite. We need more warm bodies in the ranks. Figure we find 3 good men, buy them some decent weapons, and dress them in the best armor we can afford. The man pauses to glance around. I bet this Boduk town got a desperate peasant or two looking for a new life. Or we could travel to Nordholz to the west. Them city folk aren't always as hardy as these country bumpkins, but we're more likely to find men with fighting experience stopping to rest there. That's what we shall do. We're supposed to, but I can probably find a person or two here. Oh boy. Everybody's probably going to die, Mouse. But yes. They're never alive to begin with. Well, I mean, most of them are going to be street folk. There's 2 day tailors, which are mediocre. And Taylor. So that was something else that you suggested me, Salty. So you suggested that I take a tailor to hunt wolves to make armor out of. But I couldn't figure out about any of that. And yes, Josh, we will get to that. Let me pick these 2 guys up, actually. They're mediocre, but they'll probably die. That's what they're supposed to be doing. Fresh ones. You only got a normal spear. You're not a impaler anytime soon there, buddy. Okay. So, I'm going to check some stats here real quick. Lee looks like he specializes in... He has bonuses to health, range defense, and initiative. He actually seems like he may be a good two-handed weapon guy with extra health and extra range defense. I would have to dump a lot of points in the... Nah, he may just end up becoming a lineman. Clarky, he has a bonus into attack and health and range defense. That's good. Definitely a lineman. Gosh. Let's see, health, resolve. Resolve's for your morale, which is obviously useful. There are some units later in the game that like directly attack your morale, which is pretty horrible. We'll find time to murder you later, Denix. Trust me, it's coming. Let's see. Oh, hit points and fatigue. So fatigue is your stamina, basically. It's separate from your action points. Your action, certain actions drain fatigue, and armor reduces your maximum fatigue during battle. And when you max out your fatigue, you basically have to end up waiting a turn. Well, to be honest, guys, I'm not the greatest at this game, so people will be dying. I'm not sure if I'll be able to beat it, but I should be able to do something. Let's see, Raging Loony, bonus to melee skill, bonus to melee defense, which are both amazing. Salty Bread Fairy, of course, started as our ranged unit, so we got that range bonus, range defense, and initiative. There's also chances to get headshots and armor effectiveness, though that's armor effectiveness is entirely dependent on the weapon too, I believe. Let's move our archer to the rear, obviously. Alright. So, this is going to be our starting formation, I think. I'm going to put Looney off to himself, off by himself. Because eventually, I may keep him with the rest of the guys for now. But eventually, I will basically be wanting to send him into hordes of enemies to swing his axe around. Let's see. Clark, we got you a hat. Get you a little bonus of 45. Armor 45, rather. We need to get them some stuff. Like the game said. I mean, really, I could just grab the tailor. And that would be more than enough. Hello, Zerfall. Yeah, usually you don't see bonuses to health like that. This game is fairly new, so a lot of people haven't heard of it. I had no idea about it. And if I would have seen it in the story even, I would probably just been like, whatever. Not interested. So they don't even really have that great armor here. I think I will take this wooden shield, though. I have another bow, but we didn't pick anybody up who was useful with range. Other than Salty, of course. We started with him. Just got out of early access. Oh, I didn't even know it was in early access. Well, shows how useful I am. Ah, yes, and we also have bandages. I'm actually going to give our bandages to Salty for now. Because there are people who will run at us with meat cleavers. They're, I'm pretty sure that's what they specialize in, is bleeding. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to leave here. Farewell, Scold. Goldebold, we want to go to Nordholz. Let's see. An established village close to the forest, living mainly from lumber cutting and game. You can also do some trading in this. I'm not too particularly patient. And I couldn't get it to work all that great for me, so I typically just gave up on trading and just relied on murdering things. As Nordholz's skyline appears on the horizon, Salty Bread Fairy seeks a word with you. Never been to Nordholz before, but I've been around ones that look a lot like it. Cities like these are great for selling goods, as all these prissy, pompous pricks love to have their goods delivered. With so many merchants, You can find almost everything you need, too. Keep an eye out for bargains, and don't get swindled by them cutthroat merchants. Raging Looney sees fit to add his own opinion of what you should do. There's a good tavern. I say that's where we should go first. Nothing helps a man down his luck more than a good pint. God knows we earned it. Salty Bread Fairy shakes his head. You say that every time we stop in a town. You say that even when you're already drunk. Bye, Looney. And the accessory slot? Isn't that what I did with them? Or is that was the inventory slot? And up here? Oh. That's interesting. Wait, what? Oh, I see. Yeah, that's kind of useful. Yeah. It'd be useful if I could, use it. We bought that other shield, so we may as well give it to Lee. He may be able to use it. Alright. No, we need us at least one more, fighter. Mr. Mans. There's some expensive people here. I would still always end up, only being able to pull negative trade. Even when I'm across the map at a place that doesn't even make that thing. So, I don't know. I can try it again, I suppose. Ooh, they've got a couple archers, actually. I wouldn't mind another archer. They've got many archers. They've got a Fletcher, a hunter. No, that's a poacher. Boyer. Yeah, they don't actually have any hunters. They'd probably be too expensive for me anyways. Formation again. Yeah. I think I may go with a poacher. Hire a poacher, and this guy's a lumberjack. You know what? I'm gonna hire him too. Make sure that they are set up proper. So I want big boy axes on the ends of our formation. These two-handed weapons aren't nearly as useful when they're in the middle. They can be, just not as nearly as useful. That looks good. Carl! Coral! I have time for this. All right. You still need to buy some armor and a weapon. Josh. Clark needs some more armor. Josh could use some. I mean, we could use all sorts of shit. We're pretty early on in. Still haven't even finished the tutorial. I'm dragging this out that long. But I can only bow so hard, Captain. Yeah, no hammers yet, unfortunately. And that axe is expensive. You know what? We may have to opt for something else. We'll pick up, let's take the club for now, and take a thick tunic. Yeah, he definitely needs a hat. A leather cap, huh? It's actually got, for being leather, I mean, hey. It'll do something, right? It won't stop a bullet. But it might stop you from bumping your head on a table too hard, maybe. I didn't want to have to buy a leather tunic. Padded leather is obviously much nicer. Much nicer. It has 80 points, as opposed to like everything that we've got now, which is like 30, 40. Yeah, we'll just get another tunic for now. And these sackcloths. Oh boy. 10 hit points. Sad. They gave us a couple shekels for him. I think that'll do us for now. Penny Lee. Josh Clark, Looney. Salty and Echo. Okay. Gotta head back up to Scold. And, return to Hallstein of Scold and Scold. Oh boy. Yeah, hopefully we can get some of those sweet hat bonuses eventually. Well, the quivers, you put 10 arrows in, and you can use those 10 arrows in a battle. Once you run out, you're out during that battle. But then we have an ammunition supply that we refill the quivers with after each battle. So, as far as I know, there's only one type of bow quiver and one type of crossbow quiver. Hallstein of Skjold is pacing back and forth when you find him. The healer who damn near killed you with the fire poke is standing nearby. He's picking chunks of dried blood out of his fingernails. Hallstein of Skjold claps his hands. Finally, you're here. I have good news. We got a hold of one of Hoggart's former men. My good friend here had a nice little talk with the man, and now I know where Hoggart's licking his wounds. The healer clears his throat, splaying his fingers out like a maiden looking to paint them. He speaks as though he's identifying a disease he is about to excise. The brigand known as Hoggart is hiding in a small hut in the tundra to the northwest of here. Based upon my most civil discussion with one of his men, Hoggart knows the Douchebags Incorporated is on his heels and will have gathered more men since the last time you met him. Nodding, Hallstein of Skjold waves you off. Good luck, Sellsword. We'll return with his head. We'll do our best anyhow. Alright. We have enough food for 4 days. Oh yeah, that's not even... I thought it would have been like up here. He did say the tundra. Oh, sure. Why not? Yeah, speaking of healing Hoggart's bitch. Everybody's good. Looney's probably a little upset that we didn't get any booze, though. Sad day. And we are off yet again. So yes, we also have medical supplies that we can use between battles to help repair injuries and all that. Repair injuries. I'm such a goober. Provisions, that's our food, obviously. It'll do the math for you there at the bottom and tell you how many days you have left, how many you have, and how much you use per day. The same with gold, it'll break it down for you, how much you pay out per day for your army, and how long you can afford to pay them. Early game, it gets... I put myself in some sketchy situations with money. I mean, I've went into the red before, and it's not great. Your scouts reports that he has seen the following: a few brigand thugs and a brigand poacher. Yeah, I goob a little too much. Don't hold a candle to Magubo, though. Right. Yeah, so I think... Oh, wait, are they going to hold? Because we're holding. Oh, they're gonna move. So I'm gonna have our archers hold. What the fuck is this? Hogard's got him some chainmail. I want that chainmail. Let's see. I'm actually gonna have Tiny Shop. You know what? I'm gonna move Tiny Shopkeep up here. Higher ground obviously is better. Even if I put him at a disadvantage to being surrounded, you'll be able to use that round swing. And with that bonus from the height advantage, should be able to do some damage. Looney I may actually send after the poacher. Just fuck that guy. Not sure about these guys though. I'll actually wait. Don't need the spear wall here. I don't think they're going to jump in here anytime soon. Hello, Lethal. Feeling any better yet, buddy? Alright, these guys are close enough for me to want to shoot at them. So, with the bow, I can actually shoot twice at a loss of accuracy. Or one well-aimed shot. Crossbow is just, you shoot it and then reload. That's pretty much it. But, that rock's in the way, of course. And I don't want to move him up and get him too close to these guys. But they wouldn't be able to pass through anyways. Would be able to fire from there. How about here? Can you fire from here and hit him? Alright, the rock isn't in the way. 35% is a lot better. Oh, I hope you get to feeling better, Lethal. Oh, I'm trying, Dane. This is still the tutorial. So, game's going easy on me. And that was a swing and a miss. Crossbow. 3, that's nice. Crossbows are great early game. Amazing. They're so much more accurate than bows. You don't need as much skill to hit things with them. Yeah, and that guy's moving up. Could use the rock to hold them back. I think I know what I'll do. No. I was thinking about pushing around this rock, like putting the spear guy right up against it, then spear walling them off the sides. I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that. Get up there, Tiny. Show me your axe swing. And yes, Looney is going off for the poacher. Let's see, Lee. Could have brought Clark up this way. You know what? Get up against that rock, Lee. Then shield wall, and we will have Josh do the same. You guys can get that bonus off each other. I don't want to put Clark up here. That's within Tiny Shopkeep's axe swing. Move Clark up on the other side, though. Ghost. With 51%. An aim shot on this guy. Good, good. Wait, Tiny. In case these guys do come around towards you. That would work out swell. And Hoggard is going after Clark, which could prove to be a problem. Try to shoot him. Shield. Luckily, luckily Clark's got an axe, so he can hack at that shield. And I'm half tempted to have Looney come back up here. Hello again, Greb. Yeah, crossbows were quite the invention. Yet. Still in the tutorial, guys. Oh, fuck it. Looney, get that poacher. And that's another thing. So each unit has an area of attack. If you go into an opponent's area of attack, like, see, these guys are obviously in each other's area of attack. If this poacher wants to run, he has to risk a free attack from Looney before he can get away. He can attempt it, and if he dodges it or blocks it, I don't think they can block. For some reason, I'm thinking they can only dodge them. He'll be able to get away. Ooh, yeah, this is nice right here. So long as Tiny can hit this. Lee can't even see any. Can only reach these guys as well. Go after... This guy's got... Well, he's definitely got a weaker hat. With the clubs, you can also... Are you able to... You knock them out? You basically make them skip their next turn with a swing. You should probably look at those skills more often. Ban the crossbow. Right. Yes, indeed, Salt. Indeed. Josh can reach this guy, obviously. 85% chance to hit. He's already wounded and banged up. Good night. Have Josh go ahead and move up on Hoggart. Take some pressure off of Clark. Let's see, 53% chance. Nice. Nice. Oh. Oh, you guys are fucked now. I don't even know how this guy's still alive. Wonderful. Alright, Clark. Guy's shield up. Okay, so he just used repose. So if somebody attempts to attack him and misses, he gets a free attack back. Not from this bolt, though. It was a really low chance to hit anyways. He's still got that shield. Looney's getting poked at. Right, Ghost. Oh boy. Nice. Free kill for Ghost. Wouldn't be able to shoot from there, fortunately. Move there, Ghost. Not without somebody being in the way, of course. Let's see, Josh. You know what, just shield wall for now, Josh. Don't even attempt to attack him. He's got that shield and he's reposing or whatever. Causing problems. Right, here it is. Knockout. A heavy blow intended to stun or incapacitate anyone unlucky enough to be hit for one turn, but not to do the most damage. Stun targets can not keep up their shield wall, spear wall, or similar defensive skills. Which, I mean, it does seem like that would be really useful, but I would much rather just be able to either remove their armor entirely or destroy their shield. But whatever. You did. Though clubs are great when you get headshots, though. Quite tasty. Alright. Upkeep. May as well charge up there. Josh. Just wait. Gotta let this guy start his next turn before I want to do much else. Want somebody getting fucked up. Alright, there you go. I mean, I'm not even really bothering to look at the, the chance to hit with the archers. It's just one guy. Hi, Alex. Yeah, it would be good for that, Salty, though, if you have enough guys with rotation, you don't have to worry about that at all. And you can change formation in the middle of battles and stuff too. Or at least that's where I feel like my mind's being led. Like, oh, shit. And his shopkeep just had his armor shredded. And he's almost dead. I still prefer the bonuses, personally, of the other things. Shit. Ah, you got him! Decapitation! Nice! I don't think we're gonna lose anybody. This guy's still going at Looney with a fucking dagger. There goes his head. Headshot. Let's see. Josh got a kill. Looney got one. Lee, Ghost, and Tiny. Spread out quite well. Quite well. Looney gained a level from it, though. Let's see. Give us some trade goods, some food. We got roots and berries, some mushrooms, some coin, tools, which are always useful. Munition, another bow. Wooden flail and a dagger. Hello, Taku. Easy win. Yes, that's still the tutorial. I'm still in the tutorial. Hoggart lies in a pool of his own blood, skewered into a grotesque and panicked pose. He didn't weasel his way out of this one. You put a boot on his corpse and look to your men. For the company. For all the men who've fallen. Salty bread fairy spits on the dead man's face. Let's take this bastard's head and get back to Skjold. Time to get paid. I almost lost one person already on the tutorial. In fact, let's take a look, yeah. So Tiny Shopkeep took a one hit from Hoggart. Oh man, it wrecked his world. He has a split shoulder. It's going to take 3 to 6 days to heal that up. And he also has the 3 days worth of light wounds. Split shoulder. A deep cut has split this character's shoulder open, injuring the muscle tissue and severely limiting the mobility of the arms. Negative 50% damage inflicted. Damn, that's harsh. Harsh as fuck. But Looney leveled. Alright, so get to level up some of his stats. We get to choose from 3 each level. Obviously, typically you'll gain more points in stats that you have the star bonuses in. So obviously, we want to get our melee skill up. Melee defense is incredibly important for a two-hander guy like that. Fatigue could be higher a little bit. Resolve's okay for now. Initiative's okay for now. Health's okay for now, I suppose. I think I should probably just start defense. Put some points into range defense as well. Take a look at the perks. There's quite a few. There's fast adaptation, which adds +8 chance to hit with each attack that misses. Crippling Strike that increases injuries that you inflict. Colossus is 25% more health. 9 lives gives you basically an extra life for a character. Extra inventory slots. Move up and down Z levels without major penalties anymore. Adrenaline for starting on the next turn, but I mean, typically you'd want to get all your guys' initiative up to the point of where you wouldn't even have to worry about that to begin with. Yeah, the temples, you mean? I think they're just called temples, but that costs coin. And there's Recover, which allows for resting a turn in order to reduce accumulated fatigue by 50%, and Student. Everything can be learned if you put your mind to it. Gain an additional 20% experience from battle. At the 11th character level, you gain an additional perk point, and this perk becomes inert. So, I may dabble in some other ones, but the two we're mostly going to be using. I do like Colossus and Crippling Strikes, but fatigue becomes a major problem later on. And I do like Students, so we're probably going to be using those two a lot. As far as Looney goes, we'll give him Recovery, so he can regain fatigue and battle more easily. I'm gonna set all these items to be repaired as well, even though I still probably should. Nope. At that rate, our tools or repairing tools are more valuable than those fucking weapons. Salty Bread Fairy joins your side. Got a moment, Captain? You nod for him to speak his mind. The battle has left some gear worse for wear, and some men got a good nicking too. We can patch up both man and equipment while marching, but it's a lot faster to set down and do it. Of course, if we make a camp, we should be wary of ambushes. A campfire in these parts can be seen from every which way. Yeah, we're not stopping. This is the no-stop transport to Fuckville, BB. The company returns as skilled as victors, their heads held much higher this time. The Douchebags Incorporated are not the size that they once were, but they're still a force to be reckoned with, as Hoggart learned this in his final moments. You carry his head in a sack that you empty in front of Hallstein of Skilled's feet. He jumps back, but the healer quickly picks the head up, stares at it, and nods. Hallstein of Skilled approaches the brigand's bloodied face and eyes it carefully. Yes, yes, that's his ugly mug, all right. Servants! Pay this man his money. Coin in hand, you raise your voice to the men. As long as there is blood coursing through our veins, as long as we can hold sword and shield, there shall be stand in our company. All through the realm, people will know the Douchebags Incorporated. The men cheer. Joshington puts his hand on your shoulder. You did well, Captain. No matter where you lead us, the men will follow you as brothers in battle. 400 crowns, as brothers. Hey, we're out of the tutorial. Holy shit.